Good day, viewers. This is Tax Insights Monday, brought to you courtesy of Anambra State Internal Revenue Service. Like you know, every week we bring you guests, either business owners, persons from the government, or other persons who believe in what we do here in Anambra State. Don't forget that I'm still Oyeka Amara Kate. Today I'm in the studio with Bob-Manuel Udokwu. We call him King Bob here in Anambra State because obviously he's the one holding it down for our governor as his special advisor on entertainment, leisure, and tourism. He is a pioneer Nollywood actor, Nigerian movie producer. He is equally a movie director and now a politician. I tell you that he's holding it down for the government of Anambra State with respect to being the special advisor on entertainment, leisure, and tourism. Stay with us. Viewers, this is Oyeka Amara Kate. With me in the studio, a very big fish, a man that a lot know across generation. Here in Anambra State, we call him King Bob. I tell you that Mr. Governor usually do not just pick people for the sake of picking them to come and work. He looked deeply to make sure that he puts the right persons in the right positions to do the work. In the last 2-3 years, he's been holding that position around everything that happens in entertainment, in leisure, and tourism. And I have with me here in the studio him to tell us more about what he's been doing, how he's been holding that fort for Mr. Governor with respect to entertainment. And you know now that when in an economy that entertainment and everything around media drives businesses, drive the economy, drive innovation and technology. Sir, you're welcome. We're happy to have you in the studio.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. I'm one person who have so much love and respect for you, not because you've been that face that we've seen across the screens over the years, but because I know that as much as people think that, with all the characters that you have played in the movies, you are just a simple, gentle man and a quite loving personality. We're happy to have you in the studio with us today at Tax Insights Monday.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Yeah, let's dive straight into it. I'm sure people will be wondering, why are we involving King Bob on tax matters? Mr. Governor believes that if he has enough money, he can even move mountains from the Anambra within the shortest period of time. And that is why we know that somehow you will have an idea how the impact of entertainment, grooming the young people, bringing them up, providing that vibrant environment for the youth of Anambra to be part of what is going on in the entertainment industry and all of that is important for Mr. Governor as well. So tell us how far the government and the administration of Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo has fared with respect to your industry.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here one more time. You see, first thing I have to say about the governor of Anambra State, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, CFR, Charlie Wambafo, as he's fondly called, is that he's one man who understands the importance of entertainment, leisure, tourism, the lives of the people. California, the United States of America, is about the richest state in America. The economy of California, probably larger than 5 or 6 African countries put together, for 2 reasons. One is the impact of the entertainment industry through Hollywood, which is the capital of movie making in the world.
Yeah.
And then the Silicon Valley, which is in San Francisco. This is tech hub. And these 2 elements, Soludo knows, is part of the driving force, major driving force for any thriving economy. And is bringing that down to bear here in Anambra State. Now, for somebody who understands that, he is willing to walk the walk. And that's why he recently completed what has emerged as the biggest leisure park in the whole of West Africa. The Solution for the city.
It is the biggest?
It is the biggest in West Africa. I mean, this is not cheap talk by, say, governments just to fund their own ego. But the contractors who did this work, are professionals who have vast experiences in that field and know what is where and where what can be found. So they told us that the size of our solution fund city here in Oka is the biggest in West Africa. And then the only one in the whole world that incorporates a country club.
For real.
Nowhere else in the world.
That's remarkable.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And the governor has the willpower. First of all, he has the vision, matched by willpower and prudent management to put these things into reality.
Yeah.
So today, Anambra has the biggest, leisure park in West Africa.
Yes.
Beyond that, there's the bigger place, the Agolo Lake Resort.
Okay.
By this Christmas, work is ongoing there, that by this Christmas, that's probably going to be an artificial beach with some kind of outdoor relaxation and games and all that.
Yeah.
That people will be coming for Christmas.
So it will be open to the people.
Oh yes, apart from the fun city, because the government is trying to do that so that you remove a lot of pressure on fun city. People can't believe that something like the fun city will be in Anambra State.
Yeah, it will be in existence.
Our people are more business oriented. Do business in the daytime, by evening, probably
go to the beer parlor.
End up in the beer parlor and then go to bed.
Yeah.
There's nothing basically that attract people, especially young people or families, to stay together. Now, having opened the Solution Fund City, our people that probably drive to some other neighboring states to catch some fun have a better place, a newer place to do it here. And of course, we'll also have Agolo Lake by December, which means it will reduce pressure on Solution Fund City.
Yeah.
Now, beyond these ones, at some point we organized Anambra Talent Show. Some time back, we organized Anambra Talent Show, which produced a lot of awesome talents. Because Anambra is really, if I say the cradle of creativity and entertainment, I won't be exaggerating. Because if you check Nollywood, for instance, our people are major there. Ndi Anambra are major there. If you check the music industry, our people are
reasonably represented.
So, in terms of creativity, we have abundance of that here. I meet a lot of young, talented people every day. And so we try to, now the government is providing the platform, the necessary platforms for them to thrive, bring them to the public knowledge. Let their talent be groomed and blossomed.
Yeah. When was this? Because
it was between late 2022 and 2023.
Yeah.
And there are some other ones in
the pipeline.
In the making. Sometimes I don't talk about the things we do in terms of creative work because it has happened several times before that you let the public know what you want to do. People are out there to grab your idea.
Sure.
So it's not only in writing that you have plagiarism.
Yeah. So just keep it in the pipeline.
Yeah, keep it in the logs, and when they're because if for instance when the government came into office in 2022 and you tell the public that by this time you'll have the biggest leisure park in West Africa.
Yeah. People
will turn their noses up and say, oh, that's what the politicians always say.
Yes.
But the thing is, and that's why I like the way my principal, Professor Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, works. He walks the talk, and you sometimes say things that they ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, he says that all the time.
Yeah, so because we found out that over the years that people have stopped believing politicians, government officials, because of promises not kept. Statements made, but action not seen. So he prefers that action is seen, and then the statements can follow that. I told you I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do, and he's strictly following his campaign promises. To make Anambra State a livable and prosperous mega city, a place where people will love to live, work, enjoy, learn,
relax,
and then relax. A destination point.
Yeah, a destination
as opposed to where people want to run away from.
Yeah.
Anambra, Ndi Igbo generally, especially in the Anambra, are itinerant people. most of our families are out there.
Yeah.
There's no family in Anambra State where you don't have
Somebody who is
somebody
out there.
who is out there in another place trying
Yeah.
to make ends meet. But then there can be a turnaround if the conditions are right. Anambra State is a huge construction site.
I mean, you and I have been here for the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's a huge construction site.
Yeah.
We know how it used to be before this
Yes.
government came
Yes.
in. And immediately he came in, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, the governor, he declared emergency on the roads. Again, there's a link between good road network and attracting tourism,
Yes.
attracting entertainers, attracting people to come
Visitors.
for leisure.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot separate them, because if you have the very best of entertainment places, but there are no routes to go there,
Nobody
or
goes.
there are no airports to fly people from
No
outside,
access.
no access, then it will run to ruin, it will
Sure.
run to waste.
Sure.
So there's a whole lot happening in terms of entertainment. The governor is encouraging creative people, creativity to blossom really in Anambra State.
Yes. And I was also meaning to ask, ordinarily people will say that because our governor is a professor, you might likely see him only pushing the activities around education, intellectual, enlargement and empowerment and all of that. But if you ask me, I would say it's actually quite strategic that Mr. Governor is also thinking in the part of how can we truly bring our people back?
Mhm.
Or even when they happen to come home, they are relaxed. I just want you to give me your honest opinion about in the last 4 years now that Mr. Governor has been here as our governor, the impact of these intentional innovations around, creating avenues for our people to go and relax. Can you say people are more calm and relaxed? Because I remember those days that people would go as far back as our neighboring states to maybe do this and do that. But will you say that this has also equally allowed our people to relax more and then people to visit more?
The impact of the governor's strategy in all sectors of the economy of the state is very obvious. Oka is not what it used to be anymore. There is nightlife
now.
All around the state.
Yeah.
People move around freely. And those who don't live here but come in every now and then will testify and tell you that, last time I was in Anambra State, it's quite different.
Somebody said that to me.
It's quite different.
Yeah.
And only a few days ago, I was talking to somebody. We were driving around Oka, and I saw a new, about 2-story building being put together, finishing touches and all that. And we wondered aloud, we looked at it and wondered aloud, what could have been in the mind of people putting this up?
Yeah.
And we found out that it's another big business coming in.
Springing up.
You go around Anambra State, especially the major cities, you see that businesses are springing up. Branches of businesses outside Anambra State, like places in Abuja and Lagos, are coming back here.
Yeah.
And I think it owes a lot to the improvement in security.
It's a good sign.
By the time the Operation Udokwu came into being, with the operatives called Agune Chamber, they immediately, significantly reduced crime and criminality. There's no society in the world where you don't have crime.
Yeah.
But the thing is, checking into the barest minimum.
Very important.
Very key. Because you can't have a society that is working when there's crime all over the place, where people can't, are not
move around,
sure that when they go out, they come back safely. So that's really a big credit to him. And I believe that the governor and the government is working hard to sustain it and even increase the level of security in the state. Because I go to some places and people commend our government, to say what your governor is doing is really, really, really
impressive.
Impressive. It's impactful. We feel it, and sometimes we ask ourselves, why can't it be done in our own state?
Yeah.
So tackling insecurity was a major challenge, and he's holding it together, and that's why people are more relaxed in coming to Anambra State to set up business and all that. The majority of these people are not just anybody. There are people who are well-to-do Ndi Anambra that come back to, because home is really where the heart is. Now, with security taken care of, you're not going to other places. What about the revolution in agriculture?
Yes.
For instance, where seedlings and fruits are shared every year to thousands of families, empowering them.
Yeah.
You know, what about education, where you now have free education in public schools from nursery to SS3? What about recruitment of more than 8,000
And these are
teachers?
real, I mean, the facts are out there.
The facts are there. It's not just
they are no longer in
saying,
promises, they're in action.
These are things that were carefully planned out during his campaign, saying to the people, this is what I plan to do for you people. Look at Udwoku, for instance. Udwoku is a marvel because that was the biggest slum, perhaps the biggest east of the Niger.
Wow.
And before Professor Soludo came in as governor of Anambra State, not one governor in the past had visited
that place.
And so he went there to turn their lives around positively, built brand new general hospital, not like renovation, brand new general hospital, equip them, doctors are there, nurses are there, health workers are there. I've been there myself.
Awesome.
Tarred all the roads, gave them clean drinking water. And of course, the roads come with solar-powered street lights.
Yeah, I hear you. Even in the health sector too. You know, there was a time they said, Mr. Governor is giving free maternity to women. What of those who are from Enugu, from Iboni? Mr. Governor says, so long as they live and work here.
I mean, some don't live, but they have relations here. So I have been to some general hospitals during their maternal, antenatal clinic days and talked to the matrons there and some of the women. A lot of them don't live in Anambra State. They have relations. They come during antenatal days, and when it's closed for them to give birth, they come, stay here, give birth, free of charge, and they go. There's a whole lot that the governor is doing. Look at the road from Amobia to Agolo, then to Ekulobia axis, all the way down to Oga, and then from the same Agolo to Nobi, Newi, Ozobolo, down to Okija, linking the Onitsha Expressway.
No way, it's extensive.
That was supposed to be a federal government road, but then the federal government is in Abuja. And so if it's good if the roads are good for Ndi Anambra right here, it'll be good for everybody.
By extension, exactly.
And you see, people don't really think about tomorrow. That's what Governor Soludo thinks about all the time. 50 years, 100 years time. How do you...
yes.
Because population keeps growing.
What kind of Anambra are we going to leave behind?
With the advancement in medicine, people live more now than before. So the population will keep growing. Is it the same narrow road that you drove in the 70s that you will be driving in 50 years' time?
No way.
That's why he's looking at tomorrow and making it come today.
Yeah, I was just saying to myself that it would actually be nice if you can invite your friends during the Christmas period, just to give them a real tour of what's going on in Anambra.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because if you're saying it, they'll be like, okay, we see a few of them on social media, what Mr. Governor is doing. But I think it would be nice. Make it a festival.
We're working towards that.
Yeah, exactly.
We're working towards that. To come and have that feel, live that Anambra experience.
Yeah.
Take them to places, exotic places where they've never been before. There's Obunike Cave is there. Ibuku Museum is being renovated.
Yeah.
People don't even know that there's a cave and waterfalls in a place called Zukala.
I don't even know.
That's what I'm telling you. A cave and natural waterfalls.
Wow.
Zukala. These are places where you can shoot very good movies.
Yeah.
And of course, Agolo Lake, what is being planned there is so awesome that in the very end, there's every likelihood that it's going to be a zoo there.
Wow.
In some states where we grew up and first experience we had seeing wild animals. Right?
Where the zoo. Yeah, I grew up
some
in
of those states have sold off their zoo and then built it up as estates. Ironically, they named their streets in those estates after those animals that they chased away. But Anambra with what the governor is doing will probably change that narrative that people will come from all over the place to come and have a first experience seeing certain wild animals.
Yeah, he will always say that in the nearest future, when people are thinking of holiday, they will make a list and put Anambra as their
As destination
top state,
point.
yeah, destination
point. Yes, that's the idea, to make it a destination point instead of a departure now.
Yeah, and he's truly working towards that.
Absolutely.
We've completely enjoyed everything he said, and it's quite surprising to see that a handful, a whole lot has gone on around leisure, tourism, entertainment, and more is still in the pipeline.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go on a very quick break. Don't forget that at Tax Insight Monday, if you are a business owner who have paid taxes up to date, you have one or two people working for you, we are saying that you have natural rights to come on Tax Insight Monday to advertise your products, your goods and services, tell your customers what to do and how you do it and your location. And trust me, our platform is capable of giving you enough patronage and business collaboration. So we'll go on a very quick break. When we come back, be sure to enjoy with us. Viewers, you're welcome back to your favorite program, Tax Insight Monday, brought to you courtesy of Anambra State Internal Revenue Service. We still have in the studio King Bob with us. I mean, it's a pleasure. It's something that we love. He's our own. Before any other person can say, King Bob is my friend. He worked with me for more than 30 years. He is our own son. He's our own. King
That's
Bob,
right.
yeah, thank you for staying put in the studio with us. A lot of people will equally say, what is King? Is he about to act movies with Internal Revenue Service? But I know that there's always that simple or interrelated connections between what you do and the money that Mr. Governor is looking for. So we'd like to know if that money is in your pocket or your activities are able to give Mr. Governor the money that he needs to do the work. So what is that relationship between entertainment, leisure, and tourism and ARS?
Well, first of all, when you work, you pay tax. At least that one is basic. Everybody knows about income tax. So I also pay income tax as somebody who works for government. In fact, that is taken off from before I get whatever I get as a salary every month. But beyond that, the concept of tax paying goes as far back as the beginning of time. Governments function through tax payment. If you're asking government to do something, provide infrastructure, provide amenities and all that, where will government get the money? It's through tax. And so it's very important that our people understand that when you complain that the roads are bad, have you paid your tax? When you complain that water, electricity, amenities are not there, or they are there, but they're hardly functional, how do you expect government to fix those things?
Have you made your own contributions?
When you don't pay tax?
Yeah.
Even in our family meetings, because people forget this, even in our family meetings, there are stipends paid for the meeting to function. Even if it's for refreshment after the meeting, even if it's to buy exercise book and pen for the secretary to take minutes of the meeting, even if it's for an indigent member of the community or kindred to be taken care of, it's a form of tax. But in that regard, people don't look at it as tax.
Yes.
But when you have to pay for certain things to be done, obviously you're paying tax.
Yes, I see that. I see that.
There's a correlation between that. So when government is asking people to do their civic duty, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But why most Nigerians shy away from paying tax was, I think it was something that became quite popular during the military rule. When the military was ruling this country, the economy was blossoming because there was high demand for Nigeria's crude oil. And the military, don't forget, are not trained for leadership. They're trained for security purposes, especially external
defense.
Making sure that they defend country against external aggression. And then, of course, the other services like paramilitary services like police, the civil defense, and all that for internal. crisis. Therefore, managing resources of the nation, they are not the best people to do that. When there was windfall, so to speak, as they say, in terms of petrodollar coming in to the country, they relaxed about people paying taxes. And so when the economy became bad, as the country returned to civilian rule and the naira depreciated, the government had to remind people that you have to pay your tax. Then people began to wonder, why do you ask me to pay tax now? You know, people had already forgotten that it is part of the civic responsibility of the citizenry to pay tax so that government will provide amenities for them. So it's like beginning all over again, like a car that you left you're not using for a long time and you want to start using it again. You just have to go back. You have to
oil it.
You take a lot of fixing, a lot of things here and there before it runs back to life. This is what is happening. Therefore, people complain. But what I can tell our people is, you see all that Soludo is doing in Anambra State.
It speaks for itself.
Less than one tenure, less than 3 years, 3 years plus. Awesome. People even ask him, even fellow governors like him,
how do you do it?
Where do you get the money? We also ask him sometimes, where do you get the money, sir? How do you do these things? You know, and quality work. Of course, being a seasoned world-class economist, he knows what to do. Prudent spending, prudent management of financial resources. Even the press also knows that. And give him credit for that, and even won some awards. As Anambra is one of the states in Nigeria that is created with financial management, good financial management, prudent management of resources. So I urge our people, no amount of compliance with the tax laws is too much. Because that's where the government will see that and pay. I tell you, right out there, outside this country, Europe and America, the developed Western world, people don't run away from paying taxes.
No.
Because that's the reason you can hold your government accountable when things are not working.
You can make your demands.
You know, and if you check the telecom sector, before the cell phone industry came here, it was analog phones that were being used, so-called landlines. It wasn't really working for everybody. But when the GSM revolution came here, people were satisfied getting that service and paying for it, rather than having this other one that is cheaper, but it hardly works. So it's effective. Communication became easier. Today is some other people's businesses in terms of, you know, it cascaded down the line. Some into people even selling cards, selling recharge cards by the roadside. Today, POS. It has a multi-layered influence in the economy. So if we pay our taxes, government will provide those amenities for us. And that's when we can now call the attention of government to say, this one is not working for us. Thank you for doing this for us, but look at this other area. Because we pay that tax.
And a very clear example, thank you, King Bob. A very clear example is at the markets. They will always say that Anambra has the largest market in West Africa. Confirmed very true. Because surprisingly, I saw it on very key documents, you know, international document, and you know, it's confirmed true. But then at the market level, you see a lot of our market people saying, oh, Mr. Governor is supposed to put CCTV at the market. Mr. Governor is supposed to put healthcare mini centers at the market. Mr. Governor is supposed to do this and that. But the honest truth is that the market people are equally not willing. I tell a lot of people when they're talking about the revenue of Anambra State, I said, our oil companies are the market. Our multinationals are the market. These are people who deal in 140 feet containers, 120, whatever feet containers, but they will tell you that they are presumptive taxpayers. So exactly what you're saying is what applies. If these people are willing to give the little that they have to the government in form of paying their taxes, of course, Mr. Governor will even decide to say, okay, I'm giving a contract, let somebody go and put CCTV in the market. Let somebody go and put a medical center and then deploy professionals to go and man those centers. So absolutely, it goes hand in hand. If they give back to the government in form of their civic responsibilities, which is paying their taxes and levies and fees, then the government is able to do some of those things.
Oh, absolutely.
But then I want to also bring this back to something, King Bob. You know, there's this saying that erosion has somehow taken a major part of our land, and some people will say after Lagos State, Anambra State have more like the
second smallest state,
yes,
in terms of land
mass
in Nigeria. Yes.
You know that has also equally put a bit of limitation on us in terms of trying to find sites for you know, creative centers and all of that. I'm just wondering if your office as special advisor have that platform where you can allow people to maybe write you, send you a mail, or maybe visit your office to say, I have ideas, you know, where we can collaborate. Oh, there's something going on in Rwanda that we want to replicate in Anambra. There's something going on in that we think that we work here. So how do you relate with the public through your office?
Not just through my office, through my person. Because I mean, I'm right out there. You know, everybody may not know I'm a special advisor, but I go out there, people get in touch with me. What you're saying is happening. It's been happening right from time. You know, people bring in ideas, and we look at those ideas and see how it can work. You know, so there's always room for exchange of ideas, cross-fertilizing ideas, and then making them work. Even if it's not exactly the same way it's done where it's coming from, but we can modify and make it work for our people. Like I said earlier, Anambra is filled with lots of talent, and we want to harness that for the work. It's like the same thing the governor is doing with Solution Innovation District.
Yes,
you know, that's the tech side. You know, training thousands of young people, or even not so young people, to be tech savvy. You know, so all these things are part of the development plans here as well. Long term, if you develop these talents in them, talents in terms of tech, you can also export, you know, because they can stay here and earn money in hard currency. Same way you harness the creative talents of people in the state, they can operate everywhere. You know, I mean, I'm from Anambra State, but I think the world started knowing about me when I was in Checkmate, which was produced in Lagos in the 90s, you know, and that's what was from there. I was invited to be part of a movie that saw the beginning of Nollywood, which is Living in Bondage.
Yes.
And I've gone to shoot movies. Living in Bondage was the first part was released in 1992. Yeah. So, and over the years, I've shot films in a lot of different parts of Nigeria, including outside Nigeria. Talking about tax, I think people should understand that without tax, without the citizen paying tax, government will find enough funds to work, to function. And I think paying your tax gives you the bragging right, you know, talk about when things are not working. Also gives you the bragging right to say, because I pay my tax, that's why I'm getting this service.
So give our taxpayers a message.
Well, I mean, it's you can't say too much that as a citizen, as a law-abiding citizen that lives in a particular place and makes a living out of that state, you need to give back. So, Anambra State, those who live and work and earn their living here in Anambra State should also do their own civic responsibility of paying tax to the government, no matter how small, so the government will see the money to continue working for all of us, for the good of Anambra State, so that it becomes that destination point where people will want to live, learn, work, invest, relax, and then enjoy. Pay your tax.
You best to pay your tax. Thank you, Kimbo. So viewers, thank you for speaking with us. If you want to have other ideas that you want to share with Bob or ARS, you know how to leave us comments, you know how to view what we do on YouTube and across all our social media. They will come your way.